Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday night. It's Jill Lancet and I have a bit of bits and pieces for you again. It seems I'm always bringing you bits and pieces. The first thing I wanted to show you were these. I just made a little swatch. We have a new colour called Basic Beige. I just wanted to show you where it stands in the like our basic colours, like our neutrals. This is Basic White. The next one after Basic Beige is a retired one called Sahara Sand. So you can see how this goes down in colour. I just wanted to show you that. It's very soft beige colour. I forgot to put Very Vanilla in there, but I'll show you a piece of Very Vanilla while I'm talking to you. So it's Very Vanilla is quite a cream. This is more like your beige colour. And the other one I made was of the new 2024 to 2026 in colours. Now these are the new colours that are coming up. Petunia Pop, Summer Splash, Peach Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Shy Shamrock. So they're like when I think of these colours, I think of gelatos, summer, really summery colours. So they're coming up too. Keep your eye out for those, and we'll talk about them when they come in. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about was this new stamp set that I have. I got it the other day. It's called Loveliest Tree. Now, you may or may not remember, we had, hang on, I'm just popping that back in there. We had a stamp set a few years ago called Lovely as a Tree. Now, this kind of, spreading oak tree or whatever it is, there was a smaller version in there. And I think that was probably the most popular tree they had in the whole stamp set. So obviously they've brought out a new one, and we're going to be using this beautiful tree. And I've got a couple of other cards for you, so stick around to the end. I've got a couple more cards for you that I've made using this, but we are going to do a very it may be new to you technique that we're going to be using. So we'll get started. I've got all the bits and pieces here for you. And I saw this card on Sunny Day Stamps. And yeah, she's such a happy stamper. You need to see her. She's a US demonstrator, Sunny Day Stamps. If you go to YouTube, just, Google that. The other thing I wanted to show you, which I've had for a long time and I haven't actually shown anybody, is this beautiful card from Christine Andrews, from Christine and Barry. Yeah, it was, I got this when my old mate Stan had passed away earlier this year, and I just hadn't brought it out. But isn't that beautiful? What a beautiful card. So thank you so much, Christine and Barry. I'm really terrible at bringing these things out at the time. But anyway, I digress. So thank you very much, Chris. I really appreciate that. Now, Christine was also telling me that we have a very similar taste in stamps. So I hope that that's the case for a lot of you guys out there. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for 2 seconds. I mean, that happens all the time. So I've got a few things, bits and pieces here. I've got some Stampin' Right markers. I've got a couple of older ones. Look, you guys know I never throw anything out, much to my husband's disgust. I have got Stampin' Right markers. I have got blends from colours that have been discontinued. I'm I'm not throwing those out. I paid good money for those, so I'm going to use them. So if I had a similar colour, I didn't bother buying a new colour. But if you're just starting out, you may want to buy the new colours. And I will have everything listed, all the measurements. I haven't got them here for you because this is kind of like a spur of the moment thing. But let's get to it. I've got some bits and pieces here, and we are going to start right now. So you may or may not have a stamping platform, but let me just tell you, if you can get your hot little hands on a stamping platform, do so, because they are so handy. And specifically for this technique, it is actually fantastic. So I'm going to do the technique first, and then we're going to put the card together. I'm going to show you all the bits and pieces, and then we'll sort that out at the end. But I want to get on to this because, yeah, I've got a few things happening. So we've got our big stamp, the tree stamp from, what did I say it was called? Loveliest Tree. It's only brand new, so I'm getting the hang of this. Now I've got a card base. Now it is actually smaller than our normal card base. I will give you the measurements, okay? And I've got it opening this way, and you might be thinking, why are you doing that, Jill? Well, that's all going to become evident in about 5 minutes. So I've got it so that the fold is down here, and that the tree is going in the right spot. Okay, now I will explain that in a minute, but this is the technique. Okay, now I have all of these wonderful stamp and write markers, and we're going to use the brush ends on these. Now I've got a few different colors here. I want to show you what I'm going to do first. Now I want to keep this card closed. Sorry, I hope I don't lose my voice. Hang on a tick. Right, so I would use crumb cake, but I don't have crumb cake, so I've got this one that I have that goes with crumb cake. It goes with basic beige, the new colour that we're going to feature. It goes with all of these neutral colours. I write them on there. I have to write them in big letters because I can't see them anymore. But anyway, I've got my brush tip end, and I hope you can see this. Now, I'm going to just move this stuff over here just for the minute, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Now, I don't know if you can see this. I'm going to bring it up a bit closer. So it's deeply etched, this stamp set. It's quite deeply etched, and you can see some of the branches and things like that. Now I'm going to do it closer up. I think I better stand up. Hang on. I think I better stand up so I can show you what I'm doing. So I'm just taking the brush end, and I'm just going over where I can see some branches. Now this is quite a light colour, and I'm just basically drawing where those branches would be. Then I'm going to just, using the side of the marker, I'm just going to colour in the tree trunk. Now, this is what you need to do. You need to huff on that, and huffing is simply just exhaling gently, and the moisture from your breath will actually re-moisten that ink. So I'm going to sit back down. I'm going to do that for you now, and I'm going to show you the result of that, okay? So I'm just going to huff on it, and I'm going to stamp that down. Now we've only done some of the branches, okay? Now you will need to have your chamois handy because we are going to be cleaning this off. Now you might be thinking, well, that looks pretty bloody ordinary, Jill. Well, it probably does, but the next thing we are going to do is to take a dark one, which is like early espresso, and I'm going to do a very similar thing. I'm going to just touch on some of these branches that we've done, and then rather than huff, I'm going to take a really tiny little spritz bottle with water in it. Now, you want to cover your work, and from a great height, basically, you just want to spritz. And now I'm going to stamp that down and we'll see what happens, okay? And now we're getting like a watercolor effect, which is really unusual. Really, really unusual. So you want to get your chamois. I might just leave it out because, yeah, why not? You don't want this getting too wet, okay? So we've got that. We're going to now colour in with our lightest green, and we're just going to colour the trees in. And I'm just colouring it in randomly, okay? Colouring this in randomly. I want it lighter on the top. Now this is Parakeet Party, I think. Hang on, I have to hold it. Yeah, Parakeet Party. And I put some, the next darkest shade that I have, which I think is the old Pear Pizzazz. Then I have some Old Olive. Now I predominantly want Old Olive in this, so I'm going to go over where I've previously done this. Now if you start from lightest to darkest, your markers won't get dirty, as in, you know, colour transference. So now I'm going to use this, what's this one, Garden Green, and I'm just going around those tree branches, as you can see. And now we're going to spritz this again, okay? Now if you do it from a great height, you get a finer. You've got to have it facing the right way though. That's the trick. I just sprayed over there. Never mind. Anyway, let's have a look at that. So we're going to stamp this down now. This is not moved. It's in the same spot. And look at the variation in colour on that tree. Now I want some more Old Olive, so I'm just going to clean this off. I'm not liking this demarcation line here, so I'm just going to go in with the Old Olive because that's the one I want most of, because I'm using some Old Olive cardstock, and we will do the grass in Old Olive. Now I hope you can see this. Now where you can, use the side of your marker, unless of course you're doing, you know, really fine bits in between the branches. Now we're going to spritz that again, really fine spray. Okay, and now I'm going to stamp this again. And we'll see how we go this time. Now give that a minute to dry. Yep, I'm happy with that. So I'm going to give that a second to dry. I'm going to clean this. And then we're going to do some regular stamping. So stamping platforms, really, really handy for this kind of stamping, where you're using markers, where you get this variegated look. Now I could very quickly just heat this on speed 1 if I wanted to dry that quickly, but I think it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do is actually put a big block on top of that while it is drying. and we'll get on to the rest of it. And I'm going to show you how we can create even more detail after we've done that. Okay, so that's on there. Now I'm going to go through the bits and pieces that I have here while that's drying. Okay, so I've got some stamps from I've got the happy birthday from this same set. We're going to be using that. I've got some leaves and some splotches and things from another new set, which is called Flowers of Beauty. Now these are all coming out in the new catalogue. You'll be able to see them in May. I've also got some dies that come from Unbounded Love. Now these two stamp sets have dies, and they are available in a collection where you can buy the whole lot of the products. I will go through that when the catalogue comes out, a bit closer to when the catalogue comes out. But this beautiful stamp coordinates with a die that comes from this set. Now this one here is all sentiments, as you can see, all sentiments, but they're a really good array of assorted sentiments, and it has some beautiful labels and foliage. So yeah, we'll have a look at that one later. But what I did was, in that set, it comes with this label, but I didn't want the label. I just wanted the dies, the leaves. So I've cut those out. I'm just going to disentangle that, and then we'll trim that off. There were these other two dies that had leaves as well, so we're going to use those. Our card base is in early espresso, and I have just cut out this deckled rectangle, and then I will take this deckled rectangle and I will create a frame with the next size up, and I have done that. So I now have a frame which is in the new basic beige. This is the piece that was cut out from inside of it. This is the piece that was cut out from inside of that. We're going to put all of this stuff together. The mystery will be solved, and then you'll be able to see how we're going to do this. So I'm just going to remove that bit of sticky tape. Look at that. You don't want that on there. Right, there we go. Yeah, so hopefully that should be dry now. So we'll have a look at it, and then we'll, because that's where we want to do the most of our stamping. Lovely. And I know you're thinking that's weird. That is really weird. That opens backwards, Jill. But yeah, no, it doesn't. We've got it the right way around. So now what I want to do is, look, I haven't made this card yet. So, yeah, I just thought I would, I saw on Sunny Day Stamping, and I wanted to use this stamp set. So I don't know how it's going to turn out. So I'm going to stamp some Old Olive, but I'm stamping it off twice, and I'm just going to stamp this around just as a background. So stamp it off twice before you even put it onto your card base. We're just making a bit of background, just a bit of interest. These were out of this one of the stamp sets that I mentioned, and yeah, I just thought it would be nice to use something like this. Why not? And then these actually fit this background stamp. So I'm going to do the background, do a couple of leaves down the bottom here. I'm going to stamp it off first generation, and I'm just going to pop them there. I'm going to do the same thing again and turn this around I don't know how this is going to turn out, folks, but anyway, we'll see. I just thought I'd like to have these going on the card front. Hang on, we'll put them there like that. And then we'll use the fill-in part, but we're going to stamp off twice. Okay, so stamping off twice, and then I'm just going to get them as close as I can, and you get that beautiful shade differentiation. Is that a word? Different. Maybe I need more coffee. I think I just made up a word. Don't worry, I do it all the time. Yeah, I feel like I'm talking nonsense today, to be honest. I'm a little bit tired tonight. So there we go. So we've got that, and it looks a bit, you know, weird. I know. Now in here we are going to how did I get another piece of sticky tape in there? How did I do that? Is it sticky tape or is it glue? No, it's sticky tape. Okay. Doesn't matter how I got it in there. It was in there. Now, what I want to do is I want to put our greeting, what was I going to use? Hang on, what greeting was I going to use? I think I was going to use... Oh, I was going to use this one. Sorry, stop. Hold your horses. Let's get this sorted. Hope your birthday is wonderful. Hope your birthday is wonderful. That's right. Dear, oh dear. I need a block, another block, and we will stamp this in. We will stamp this one in early espresso, because we're going to be using early espresso on the front of the card. Hang on, where is my early espresso? You know what? I thought it was organized. Clearly not. Hold on. Early espresso. And we do need something underneath this because it's a photopolymer. I'm recycling my old diaries, so that's going to go that way in there. Early espresso. And pop that in there like that. Hope your birthday is wonderful. Hope that is straight. Oh, straight enough. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the leaves. So we're going to stamp it off again and just have this as if they're just being blown around by the wind, and then we'll fill them in with so we'll have them going cascading down. So stamping off and have them cascading down just like that. And of course they have to go off the page, so we'll pop those there like that. And I think that's fine. So we'll take the other one now, the fill-in one, and we'll do the same thing. So we're stamping that off twice. I nearly forgot, guys. Isn't that lovely stamp? I just think that's really, really lovely. Greens and leaves are right up my alley. And it doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to be totally lined up, because you'll see that they're not totally lined up. And that way you get a bit of variation in the colour as well. And yeah. So there you go. Got our last little one here. And that's that done. That's the front of the card. I might actually do more on the front of this card because that looks a bit weird, if you ask me. So we'll just do some more, go around the whole front of this card. We're just kind of making our own designer series paper here. That'll do for demonstrational purposes. So we've got our weird card that opens like that. Now we're going to put this together with this card front that we have actually cut this frame out of. So what I need to do is, let me just get this stuff out of the way. So this is our card front, okay? This is how this is going to go. This is going to go inside here. As I said, it is smaller than our card. So it's going to open like that. Okay, so it's kind of a double fronted fold card. Right, let's get to getting. So we've got a few things here. I've got a few things here. So we'll leave that there. We'll pop that over there because I want to go back to these bits and pieces that I have. So when I made my beautiful frame, I had this piece left over. Now I could leave that, like I'm going to leave this and use this on another card. I could leave that, or I could do this. I wanted to have a small deckled rectangle. Oh, I might even use this. We might do something with this. Yeah, I wanted to put the stamp, the happy birthday stamp, on a smaller piece. This was the smallest deckled rectangle, but I wanted a smaller one. So I'm going to get the next size up. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So the next size up is quite big. It's quite big. And we want to put something on this card. Yeah, I'm not really happy with all of this stuff, but anyway. So we want to put something on the bottom here. We want to have that supporting our beautiful little message. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. I'll just quickly cut this next size up. Now I'll put it in the center of this because then I can use this as a frame. And hang on, let me find out where the center is. Yeah, this is a little bit of an impromptu bit. Pop that up there. I'll just get my little Bertha because I can never think of the name of it. I'm going to run this through. Now I want it straight, and that tape is not helping. So hang on. Hold your horses, honey. That is still not straight. I do prefer to tape my dies in place. That way they don't move. So yeah, let's run this through here. Only take a second. There we go. Pop this back up where that lives. And we've now got this piece plus another frame. So yeah, think about where you're placing your dies. Can I use that? Can I use this piece again? It's a scrap. We've used it for this card, and now we've got a frame for that card. So I could probably do the same thing with this, just make it that size. but I really wanted it smaller. So what I've done is, and I'll show you up close, if I can pick this thing up. No, I can't pick it up. Take your pick. Go for it. Over there. So what I've done is, this is the same size as this one. They're the same size. And either I could do that, but I thought that was too big. Or what I can do is I can sort of fit this around it and then tape it this way. And when I run it through, it will make it smaller. But I wanted to stamp my happy birthday first. And I'm going to do that in the early espresso. And I want to center it up. Now, I want it closer to the top. And I want to center it up. So let's hope that's right. I've got this silicone mat on here and I can't pick anything up. Oh, that looks really good to me. So we'll just pop that over there. Where's our little die that we're going to use? Here it is. Stop looking. And, oh my goodness. Seriously. Right. So now I want to center this up inside this die. So effectively I'm creating a smaller die, a smaller die cut piece. So there we go. And I shouldn't have put that away because now I've got to get it out again. Why didn't you tell me? Hold on, hold your horses. Fortunately, it doesn't take long to get this out and have it up and running. So you watch this in because it's coming out now. There it is. Easy peasy. Sorry, that really does make a loud noise. So we'll have a look at that now. There's all sorts of impromptu things happening around here at the moment. Look at that. So we've made that smaller than that one, smaller than what it would have turned out. So yeah, we'll pop that away. We'll pop that over there. We'll pop all of these out of the way. And we'll get on to decorating the front of this card. So it's effectively, I can put this anywhere. I want to put it across here. I want to put it sort of across here and have this little message coming here. I want to put this frame on here first though. So what I need to do is to get some glue. Let me just give this a good burnish because it wants to bounce up. Now this is why you need a bone folder. Look at the difference in that. Okay, so from the back I'm going to just pop some glue, liquid glue. Now look, you really don't need a lot. I know I say that, and sometimes when I watch the videos back it looks like I'm putting an awful lot of glue on there, but if I can, I'll always use less than you should. So now this is going on here. Now, if you're pedantic, you will try and line this up. And I can see where this little one is there, hopefully. That's where it lines up. So best to just drop that down first. And then smooth it over. Now you may need to take it away from the background so that you can see it. And there we go, we've got our gorgeous frame. Now I'm going to glue this in here, I think, because why not? We'll get that done and out of the way. Not happy, not liking that. Love the tree, not liking that though. But anyway, so I'm going to glue this in here. And don't forget, it's a little bit smaller than our card base, so create a nice even border all the way around. The good thing with the glue, the liquid glue, is that you can do that. Right, we've got that. We've got our beautiful frame on the front now. Yeah, I've spoiled that. I've spoiled that. Never mind. We're going to put this on here somewhere. I think maybe across the bottom. We'll put this on here. We'll have some of our gorgeous leaves. Let's arrange those first. Now this one was part of the label, so I do need to give this a bit of a trim. So let's, it was this beautiful die here. Obviously you could put your message in there. Could have done that, but wanted to try this out first. So I'm just cutting the bits and pieces off, and we can arrange it then. So if you do that, you know, if you cut those bits and pieces off, you're going to end up with an extra set of leaves that you can use. Now this one's got 3 leaves on it. One of them has 1. The other one has 2. So you're getting 3 different sets of leaves you can utilize. I'm just getting all of this stuff out of the leaves. Hang on, can't do that and talk at the same time because I've got to hold my tongue properly. Oh dear. Right. Oh, one more. So there's the one with 3 on it. Here is the one with 2 on it. I bet I've lost the other one now in the process. So yeah, easy enough to just poke these through. And you're left with these gorgeous outlines. Where is it? Is it still in the die? Oh, look, it's still in the die. Yeah, sometimes if it's still in the die, you can actually, you know, you don't have to poke them all out. But anyway, so we've got that, we've got our beautiful happy birthday sentiment. We can start thinking about where we're going to put these. So I might put this one actually underneath our sentiment. Have that coming out like that. And the others I might have going like that. Look at that. How good does that look? Okay. Yep, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. So that one can go underneath. And I might just pop that. Okay, let's have a look. Right. I'm just going to glue this down, but you could, certainly you could pop that up. So we'll pop this underneath here like that. I'll have that coming out like that. We'll have this one coming out over here like that. And we'll hopefully capture them when we put this down. Don't forget you've got to line everything up. You want your border to be lined up. Look at that. That looks pretty nice, I reckon. And then we can just pop this. I wanted to do a circle, but I thought, no, I think I'll try this first. Well, yeah, I think I should have done a circle. Next time, I shall do a circle. So we'll just pop that one there like that. So now what I want to do is just put some glue on here and put a bit of glue under here where I want this. Let's pop him somewhere there like that and pop that on there like that. Okay, so now we've got this card that opens out like this. Now, of course, you can embellish this all you want, but the main concept was this, the way this opens in thirds. Now, I would prefer to do a circle, I think. So yeah, stay tuned. I might do another one of these cards, but use different stamp set and different circles. I basically just wanted to show you how this concept works, and I don't know what it's called. Threefold card. I don't know what it's called, but I'll show you the other two that I made, and they're very, very different. Very different. I've used different colors. I have used the same stamp set. Now this is the first one I did, and what I've done is I just stamped. This is the new basic beige. This is blackberry. What's this called? Crikey. Blackberry Bliss. Oh my word. Blackberry Bliss. Now look how good those two colours go. You wouldn't think that, right? I stamped it in the basic beige, and it was pretty blah. It was pretty, you couldn't even see it. I stamped it 3 times because I used the stamping platform, and you know, like I nearly tossed it. And then I got the timber embossing folder, beautiful timber 3D embossing folder. So I embossed it, and then I splashed some Blackberry Bliss on it. Then I got the new ribbon, the new basic beige ribbon, and with my blends, the dark Blackberry Bliss, I very carefully just put a line of colour. It's got stitching on it. I don't know if you can see that, but I just ran it between the stitching and the edge, and it just gave that ribbon a bit of a lift. Then I just put a little piece that I snipped off the end and tied that on with a piece of our linen thread. So that's very basic. There's nothing inside. I've just gotten to that point. Then the next one, I went a little bit further. So I used the same technique that we inked up with the markers. That is Blackberry Bliss. I've just cut this to a smaller panel, and I've distressed the edges. Now I've just used a pair of scissors down the edge of this to distress it. This to me reminds me of, you know, a masculine card. And then I've just tied a piece of our linen thread across there. So that technique can give you some really, really good results. You can, of course, stamp it all in one colour. I would have preferred, now looking back, that I did that maybe in green. But, yeah. So let me know what you think about those. Let me just pop this stuff all out of the way. And I'll put all 3 cards down there. I'm sorry that I didn't put more thought in what I was going to do on this panel, but anyway, I probably could have just done the same thing there. So that's our fun fold card. This is the first one that I did. It's just one panel. It's glued down, and I did a bit of fancy tricksy stuff with the ribbon. And then this one here is also very plain. So these two are obviously sympathy cards. This one I've made it into a birthday card. You change the colours up, you change the shape of your aperture. But this is a very simple fold, and I really like it. I'm not sure whether I've seen it before, but I really wanted to give it a try. So anyway, thank you so much for spending a bit of time with me tonight. My name again is Jill Lancet. You can go to my store if there's anything you'd like to have a close-up look at. Obviously, the new stuff is not there yet. Just send me an email if there's anything you'd like to know, any information you'd like to know. I will put all the details down in the description for this card here. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe and share, and yeah, I hope you give that one a go. If you've got some, look, even if you've just got the kids water-based textures. You can do that technique. Try that out and let me know what you think. But you obviously won't get colours that match our products. But, you know, you could have a go, see if you like it before you know, purchase anything. And don't forget, we've got this beautiful ribbon. We've got this new colour in. And, yeah, these are all happening soon. So thanks so much for your time again. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. And I'll see you guys all on Thursday. Take care and, yeah, get crafty. Bye.